Thanks for staying with us. So the biggest story in Nigeria this morning, obviously, it's suspended former head of the Nigerian Police's Intelligence Response Team. Let me say that again. The former head of the Nigerian Police Intelligence Response Team. So they gather intelligence for us. Now, his name is DCP Abba Kyari. He was arrested by the police. According to reports, he was arrested hours after the NDLE, that's the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, declared him wanted over alleged drug links. And we got a press release from the NDLE that he was brought over at 5 p.m. To the office yesterday. And right now he's been interrogated alongside 4 others. Now, as I said, it's the biggest story in Nigeria today, and everyone is talking about all the various angles of the case they have against him, what they're possibly trying to find out. But from on our show this morning, our conversation is more about who do we trust if in such an important body like the Nigerian police, which is and he was the former person in charge of intelligence gathering, the intelligence response team. And he was a highly decorated person. I mean, they called him Super Cop. He's someone that, so what are the factors that make somebody a super cop? What are the various indices that are used as a body like the police to determine who is a super cop? And this culture of connection, the culture of I know me, know you know, I know this person, he's my guy, I know him, my guy, and how people just use that to raise to the ranks. You know, you think about how do we therefore go ahead, move forward to trust each other if somebody so high at this level could be engaging in drugs. I know NDLA, we keep saying it. They've been busting and busting. And we said there's a higher level. They are busting these little guys, but they know that there's a higher level. There's those international links. There's a cartel. So I'm so happy. First of all, we must applaud NDLA for the work they're doing so far. And I'm so happy that they're doing it without fear of anyone. But at the same time, this our super cop has been arrested. Now, he's still innocent until proven guilty. Yeah. Because Nigeria, again, you don't want a media trial where we see all the cases on social media, and tomorrow now he's free. So let's also get too excited. Let's be sure, hope that NDLE has the airtight case. But in your thoughts, what came across to you when you saw this news? And how did it make you feel as a Nigerian?
You asked the question, Mariah, who do we trust? My summation is trust no one. Take everything you see and hear with a pinch of salt or a bucket of water, if you like. Because it's become increasingly obvious that there is more than meets the eye. When you see people you're supposed to hold in high regard, respect, people who you see that they are, you know, here we always talk about people showing track record, putting in the work, consistency, you know, just keep working, keep doing it. And now you see someone who we can say has been putting in the work, who has shown consistency, who has shown excellence. You now hear this sort of thing. It just sort of confuses a whole lot of human beings. My question would be, at what point did this change happen? At what point was he bought over? At what point did he allow greed? Because everything I see is simple greed. You're working, you have a good job. I don't know how much he was earning at the level that he is in. That's enough to have a reasonable family. Take kids to a good school, reasonable. Have access to quality health care, reasonable, like a normal human being. So at what point did you decide that this is no longer enough for me and I'm going to join team with these criminals and cut some things for myself? At what point? We don't know that. So how do we now begin to trust people at the helm of affairs to say that some people are actually clean if this sort of person can be caught doing this? And one thing I noticed, when Hush Puppy fingered him, I told myself, for Hush Puppy to have the guts to finger this sort of person, there's something in it. But you know, Nigerians now, we found a way to do this and do that. And others are also saying that this is likely like a smoke screen. They don't want him to answer to the FBI. Probably that's why they are now coming out to arrest him now. That they must have gotten this.
This is a huge smoke.
Yes, just to cover.
This smoke is too huge.
That's sarcasm.
Yeah. This is so smoky. If it smells like a rat, you know, it's shaped like a rat, and rats hang around it conveniently, then it's likely rat is in the DNA. I started getting worried about our Super Cup with the level of proximity he had with people that I should be suspecting. And with the level of wealth he displayed for his position. I started suspecting him from that point. You have this kind of cars, this kind of, you're hanging out with people that you should be investigating, people are listing your name. It is looking too much like a rat for there not to be rats in the DNA. So this for me, this just fits. When the story of Hushpuppi came up, people were still in doubt. This fits. And the question of who to trust is the time of, the Bible scripture of you don't sit in the seat of the scornful. You don't stand in the path of the sinners. Like, there are things, if you want to live a right life, there are things you just don't do because you want to live right. So now, by all standards, I don't doubt his rise to prominence was legitimate. I feel strongly like he rose to prominence with a legitimate hustle and strive to do the right thing. And then corruption will fight back. And you need to have the strength of character. I pray for it every day, that God give me the strength of character to say no to that very attractive thing, because nobody knows what they will do when they are faced with it.
Nobody knows their price.
For me, I am grateful to the entire team of NDLEA. Because what makes a country stand out is not that everybody is perfect, is that we have one perfect person that would look anybody in the face and call out their BS, that you cannot get away with it. And I am grateful we have such person at the helms of affairs at the NDLEA who's been able to bring out this. There are many issues with the police, many. We can never forget the fact that a known kidnapping kingpin was released.
So today,
and we don't have justice till now. There is obviously a rot going on there. And I'm grateful that we're fishing it out one by one.
Let me get your thoughts on this. Because I know you've always pushed the NDLEA to, you always talk about it almost every day.
Every day. But you said, when I heard the story, how did I respond? I screamed. I was like, what? I did not scream because he was arrested. I screamed because I thought, you mean the system is allowed to work in Nigeria? You mean we're allowed to print things like this and put up videos of high-level, appointees in our country? And I felt so proud. I felt so proud that NDLEA did the work. I felt so proud also when I read today's paper and it said that the presidency insisted that this report must be properly investigated. So it says to me that, that we are willing to give Nigeria a chance, that there are some people at the helms of affairs that are willing to do the work to make sure that Nigerians can trust the system. Many times, the reason why Nigerians are always struggling and screaming and shouting, and when we see crime committed, we take our faces off, is because we feel, well, nothing is going to come out of it
at the end of the day.
And today we have this story. I hope, honestly, that this will now be done finished properly, because the smoke screen you're talking about, today's papers say that he will be sent to the United States.
Okay.
So that smoke screen is no longer a smoke screen. They will do that. And I hope that when this investigation is done, every other person, because we know he couldn't have done this by himself, there has to be other people involved, that every other person that has been named will also be brought to book. I hope that all the lawyers that will be involved in prosecuting and, will do the right thing. I just don't want us to get to a point where
there's no case.
There's no case.
Let's go on a break, because this issue of extradition, there's a law that was in Section 3, subsection 11, number 9 of the Nigerian extradition law has a certain clause that might not let him be extradited, but when we come back, we'll talk about that. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back. Yeah. So, where are we? So, NDLEA. Let's take messages. Yes, go ahead.
Bashiru Shode, they said, kudos to NDLEA under the guidance.
Let me take Bernard. Sorry, he's been holding. Bernard, are you there? Hello, Bernard. Hello, Bernard, are you there? Go ahead, Topper.
So, Bashiru Shode, they said, kudos to NDLEA under the guidance of Brigadier General Buba Marwa on Abba Kyari's drug cartel. Yeah. Some such corrupt law enforcement officers should be fully tried and face the full wrath of the law. Billy says it's a good ploy to stop his extradition to US. Most of us saw this movie coming all along. We are not moved. That's another smoke screen. People, we do conspiracy theory, but I know that it might seem, you know, it will really look like this is true, like it's a smoke screen, but it's our lack of trust for the system that is responding to us seeing the system seemingly work for the first time in a long
while. So let me read the bill, but let me take Bernard and I'll come to you, the law that was quoted earlier.
Okay.
Good morning, are you there? Hello, Bernard? Hello, Bernard?
Okay.
Hello, Bernard. Thanks for calling. Uki says you're online. Okay, so Section 3, subsection 11, number 9 of the Nigerian extradition law states, extradition application will be rejected. So the American extradition to us will be rejected. Okay. When the fugitive criminal, that's Abba Kyari, has been charged with an offense under the Nigerian law.
Okay.
Other than the offense at which the surrender is sought. Okay. But has neither been discharged or acquitted. So while he's still facing this one, he can't go anywhere for now. But however, based on what we said, what Mariam said earlier, that should this, instead of us getting excited over the arrest, should we be more excited that a parastatal of the Nigerian government is actually working, seems to be working? Maybe if we have just this one-man soldier, if all we can do and achieve in this country is bring down all the drug cartels, maybe Nigeria can actually move forward.
Yeah, I don't believe in being excited that people that are paid to do their job, they are doing their job. Okay. I don't believe in that. Okay. I believe in encouraging them to do what they're supposed to do because of the rots that we've had in the system. It's like me clapping for you now that you're sitting down and hosting. That's your job, you're paid for it. So we just need to encourage them more and pray that the system does not find a way to choke them again from doing the work. But I am even curious about the fact that the US is calling this guy to answer. What's the role of the US in this? Why is the US playing this sort of police? What is their connection with not just the Hush Puppy case, but also Abba Kyari? This is a sovereign state. The crime, whatever, did not happen in the US. What role are they playing exactly? People are asking questions.
In the US.
No, that was the
he was arrested in, that's Hush Puppy was arrested in Dubai. Why isn't Dubai being the one to call him
The crime was in the US. He committed a crime. He defrauded the US. So the US, in processing their entire investigation, found
a link between Abba Kyari
messages.
And they're calling him to answer for
yes, that's what happened.
What he did there.
Okay, let me take Hassan. Hassan, are you there?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Very sad moment in the annal of security network of our country, Nigeria. And please, we should ponder over three main issues here. The issue of the porous nature of our borders and the airports. Because most of these cocaine and the illicit drugs were caught right inside Nigeria. What happened to the policing of our borders? Number two, we should ponder over the issue of exhibit. You can see that people are selling dummies to us as an exhibit while they are taking cash with what recently happened. That's number two. And number three is this. We should see that corruption is really fighting back in Nigeria because this guy really started well, and we can see what he did.
So my question is, you see, I really want us to go back to who else is in this cartel.
Oh, people are saying this on our YouTube page. There are lots of comments. Tommy says, "I bet it's just the errand boy, and there are other bigger players." And
and is the DG of NDLA ready to start naming names? Because you know we've been asking the sponsors of the Boko Haram. They've been naming these names for the past how many years?
Olajibi says we should remember that this is in Nigeria. Investigation of high-profile cases like this don't usually lead to conviction. If he gets to court at all, let's just wait and see. And I'm worried because Evans hasn't been resolved. The kidnapped Wadume hasn't been resolved. We have many cases that it seems to be dragging for such a long time. And the CJN has said, don't blame the justice system alone. You people don't have an airtight case. You will come today, it's 5 counts. Tomorrow, it's 15 counts. Amended to 8 counts. All of this doesn't look well. So there's a level of seriousness required on all parts. And I need to remind our president, because I remember when he was coming for this job, his number 1 was to fight corruption. If this is going to be what is going to be like his legacy, he has just a few more months to live, to be here. He can actually just make this an exit package for Nigeria that will feel like, oh, forget what he has done in the past. This is what he did.
Yes. So as much as I understand the cynicism and the lack of trust in our system, I want to concentrate on what has been done now and what we are talking about today. And I think that this is a victory. And we should see how this can be done so that a proper conviction is carried out at the end. I believe that this is the time to investigate the police force. Investigate colleagues and other officers. This is the time that the presidency, should do that as an emergency. Because for him to have been able to carry out what he did, I feel this has taken quite a long time, and there may be more people complicit in this action. So I will see government seriousness if from today I start hearing about people getting arrested in force, better officers replacing some officers because some other officers are under investigation. I mean, we've watched movies where we see this sort of thing happening. Immediately, people start falling on the wayside. People are being called to replace. Then we'll know that something is happening. If this is just a way to stop it from extradition, I don't even know how I would prefer to be labeled a drug pin instead of someone associated with someone that had, so if this is it, it's just so elaborate and too much. But if it is not, if it is really serious, government should start investigating the whole police force.
Let me take this call, because Lucky's been holding for a while. Lucky, are you there? Hello, Lucky, are you there? Okay, we lost the call. Let me take a final comment.
So we should also check our associations. When speculations come out that you're hanging out with this person, you're hanging out with this way, and this person has a questionable character, you should look at yourself. Why do I want to hang out with this person who has a questionable character? Except you're saying publicly that I am like this person, and it's okay for us. So pick a side. If you're a politician or you're a government official and you know corrupt people and you are hanging out with them, you are going to their parties, you're spending money and all of that, and you want to take their side, let us know that is where you are, and it doesn't mean anything to you. That to stand on the side of the law and also frolic with people, fraternize with people who are seen to be corrupt individuals. So also, I think we need to do more as a government, especially in this sort of case. We need to do more. There are conspiracy theories that even police officers exchange and give out guns to criminals. They keep collecting. We've had that over and over till today. Nobody's investigating it. So we need to do more to help us.
All right, so that's how we can take on this. As I said, we don't want to talk too much on it until we see the process. That's the most important. We've done this with Wadume, we've done this with Evans and Amy and others. So we really don't want to go into this roller coaster. We're hoping that NDLEA does have an airtight case against Abba Kyari and these 4 others. And once we have a conviction, we can now have a robust conversation and celebration over this. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we have another hot topic for you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.